of their tournament so far. 7-5 over Crush to stay alive and have another chance to even be in this series in the first place. This map has a bit of a checkered history for them in Atlanta, but it has a lot of emotion as the ban phase transpires.
I do want to say, we do have Cameraman and potentially Dash, but he also might be down low in the elevator. We're actually going to have a couple here on the open area side, obviously. Dash faltering back, so he'll be holding down low. Some potentiality, or rather some potential that could come out from that Nitro cell there. They do have that hatch open for him down low, but this is all going to have to be in good timing. That's the big issue right now, Carter. Los make good on their first promise as Loban will be able to find Pino. They do have some verticality to work with, but again, this timer is going to eat at them. They have to find a home, and most importantly, they have to find some kills.
Even with that opening pick onto Dots, so much time wasted before hopping in that top floor. NIP are moving in blind to this setup. Wizard downed and not finished off just yet, as it's Maya, the player of this match that everyone should be watching, who gets a big pick to force NIP back. Loban as well, a two-piece so far in round one. Muzi completely shut out, doesn't even find an impactless pick to finish off round one. Los able to win their first defense advantage. They've got all these hatches opened up, but Los's setup is one that prioritizes on-site denial. The Goyo canisters, the 3 smoke canisters still remaining for Dots, and the C4 from Cameraman as well. Giving up this control early on is fine, but can they waste enough time down below? That is what is going to decide whether or not NIP get their first attack on the board. Maya's able to cut down Wizard. Psycho's flashes do blind the Solus, but there's too many angles to deal with. NIP retained their lead as Pino gets a big kill onto Loban. They're hollowing out the bomb site from indoors. Maya creeps up. It'll need to be an ace to clutch round number 2. As he spots one, he's put to 1 HP. He's got direct intel on Khan's position, but we're now in a post plant. Knows someone is behind the bomb chassis, but he's looking every which way, struggling to find the top of the spiral stairs well before this point. But Khan's is only just now starting to walk up, and we've still got a guy elevator. Pino will repel in. He's the man with the diffuser, as Khan's gave it to the Thatcher to repel inside. This puts Pino in a risky position. If anybody from Los realizes it, if anybody from Los gets this kill, that's going to be big for the defense. Khan's trying to take down this player inside a banana, but Loban shuts him down, finds the man with the case as well. The late round case rotation from NIP not paying off whatsoever. The setup over by Square is still very much intact, and Psycho trapped outside the building. Muzi, the only man actually inside of the map doing any work from NIP, and his reign is cut short before it can even begin.
Not exactly getting some big sweeping frags or anything like that in these opening moments, but they've been doing a great job of delaying time. Pino, he'll be able to discover him. Dash, not quick enough to the trigger there, and we'll step right into the line of fire of Pino. But now this is starting to look like the most considerable effort that we've seen out of NIP past the round that they already garnered. That one not doing too hot when it came to map control. They were just really able to take the fight to the main setup of Los and win out the gunfights in some pretty pivotal moments. So now with 30 seconds remaining, Ninjas in Pajamas only have one option, and it's try and battle this site.
They've got that 5v3, and as long as they have everyone inside of the site figured out, they should be okay. Of course, they need to be concerned about anybody playing immediately on the doorways. Cameraman, the Legion, big offender right now. Shutting down the cafe double entrance. NIP have the man advantage to play trades on this position, but Cameraman's so distracted by the rotate, he's caught gunned down. Khans picks him up, and while Maya's able to find one and even find 2, NIP have still made enough progress in the bomb site. They just need to close out on 000. They've got Maya nailed down in front of the printer window, and finally from the small office.
Look who else they still have in their back pocket. It's going to be Dots with those smokes. I could definitely see a realm of possibility where NIP have to try and fly into this site and get some kills.
That seems to be what Khans is prepping for, whether the EMPs will be the saving grace of all this, maybe just meant to stop any C4s or thrown electronics. Another late round execute. It sometimes happens on bank. It frequently happens on bank, but as long as Los trade this man count down, they should be in the clear. Dots 1 smoke canister remaining. The first one missed. He anticipated the short push. He anticipated the diffuser going down on the reinforcement, but didn't count on just a normal default plant. Even though NIP are in a disadvantage, Khans has control of this hatch. If he can just make sure no one flanks through that doorway, while also making sure that no one can retake the top floor, NIP could very very well win this, despite being down one player. Wizard, of course, is low HP. That's something you've got to consider. He'll need to be careful taking gunfights on this server stairs, as he's the main line of defense for these players on the middle floor. Cons picks up one, but Dots hits the retake, and Wizard goes down. Psycho's first pick could very well win him the round. And no! Two might line up, but the third just barely escapes his vision. Force him down the hatch. Solus doesn't need to stare at a Monty for an extended period of time. Wizard's been very good.
What? That last bullet, it hit Loban right in the head. A round that I didn't even consider would even be in the realm of possibility of striking his opponent, and he's still gonna take up Dots with the pistol. Wizard, you savage. Just maintaining these angles as long as humanly possible. They're gonna take Maya too, and Ninjas in Pajamas look to tie things up here on Bank.
I was about to compliment Wizard too for his play on the rappel so far, and then he makes a play that speaks for itself. Cameraman now with the unfortunate task of trying to fight Wizard on this position, and he's effectively trapped inside of the elevator. Unless he can somehow make it down a hatch or a staircase before NIP can react, his shield goes down. You can see the realization setting in for Cameraman at the task he's unfortunately left with. Wizard with such big play so far in round 6. Cameraman needs to win this fight if he wants to escape. Knows he's there, spots him, but no bullet lands! Not a single bit of HP taken off Wizard, and while he escapes the side of the ace, he walks right into the clutches of Muzi. Dots accepts his fate with open arms.
Thanks, they're already not bringing the Mira, so that means they might be changing things up. It might be catching Los off guard, and ooh, not a good start though.
Well, thank you for the forecast, Mr. Weatherman. Jesse, it appears, though, that your prediction might be incorrect.
Seems like there might be a cold front moving in for Ninjas in Pajamas. We'll update you at 6 p.m. Cons down. Pino and the rest of the gang. Pino! Again. Holy crap! He'll take down 2 with a single mag of the SMG-11. You don't see that every day, Carter.
Some people are just built a little differently, everyone. And Pino,
alternatively,
with the SMG-11, he's a little good with that weapon.
Talented, I'd say.
And also ends up vindicating Jesse, because even though NIP did not catch Los off guard with Khan's play, well, what Pino had in store, I doubt Los were expecting it. He's also still alive with the Specchio scanner to hunt down these drones held by Los. Dots put down to 1 HP. The Twitch, the operator we highlighted, well, it's not the utility that's really been doing the talking. It's not really much that's been doing the talking, and she'll be silent for the rest of this execute. 2v2 though, and Maya working himself into a key position as Cameraman is extended with that Monty. There's only one gun on the board for Los, but Maya has control of Garage. He can cut this bomb side in half, but Pino dismantles him, dispatches him on that doorway, and they can just tag down Cameraman, force him off the diffuser, and give Pino the 4K.
Themselves forward later on down the line, but they still need to build up the man control in this area to try and assist Dots in getting this case down. Oh, what a bind on the Muzi. Literally slipping it through the cracks of the 2 soft walls, and one they actually softened up, as this was a hard wall until a little while ago. Khan's taking a lot of damage as well, and they'll actually be able to get Muzi back up.
Well, not for long, as Loban still just holding that angle is able to find one. A nice find from Cameraman, too, as so many NIP defenders lined up inside of Electrical. It's easy pickings for the attack. Everyone's so consolidated inside of a
directly outside of Cameraman, but past that, it's been a slow broil so far. Oh.
There we go. Pino able to find one. I was about to say, you talk about finding something, but there were just 3 attackers sitting outside the janitor position, and there, a nice little find for Cons there. But it's trades all around. But Los lose the Monty that was supposed to be the op to move forward into Cafe. So the plant they wanted and the one they envisioned, a little bit more difficult now. The 3 defenders remaining were all the ones on the top floor, and they've moved down below to retake the middle. Loban has intel on this player playing close on the circle desk door. He slowly creeps up. He knows he's here. He's aiming at the right position. It's so easy to pick up. He barely even worried about it. Complete stoic. He takes that gunfight, but there's still angles to worry about, specifically Muzi on this top floor position. If Dash walks in, if Dash and Loben walk in, and they turn their backs, Muzi can easily deal with them. He's put to 1 HP. He's got to retreat. Los have kept him at bay for now.
Swapping mags.
Huge moment here now for the Ace. The plant now starting to go down in kitchen. Psycho has to win this engagement, but he can't get it done. Loben on the triple now. Muzi will be able to get one of his own, but he's on such low HP. It's going to require the headshot more than likely here, Carter. He's going to try and wrap around over towards the mirror window as he's basically got control of the actual case, but he just has to defuse it. That's the biggest issue.
He'll drop, ducks below the AK-12 spray. Loben's so focused on opening up an angle, should be able to find him. Can he land the headshot? Yes, he will! Loben opens the round right inside of server on the Clash. Again, is it known? Of course. But Clash is always a little difficult of an operator to coordinate around. And Los are so focused on clearing these hatches right now that as Loben throws, or Wizard, excuse me, throws up the Electroclaw, will it land? No, the X-Kairos open up the hatch safely. But Los, only a minute to try and convert onto the bomb site.
I mean, more interesting in this is the fact that Cameraman has burned through all of his X-Kairos, and they weren't even capable of getting the other hatch Loben. Nobody hears him. Again, we see the audio plays. Pino, somehow, some way, more than capable of dealing with the situation, and he's also got an M590 in hand. Not something you want to swing into on blue stairs. Not something you want to try and deal with in the slightest. With 30 seconds remaining, Los with an insane effort, especially out of Loben when it comes to server, but Ninjas in pajamas, so much to be had in this round.
Maya just barely claws it back. Pino, the big performer on server stairs, whittled down by Dash. Los now have the advantage, and despite the hectic execute, Maya's able to cross. That's all he needed to walk in just on the doorway to the bomb site and put it down, but they need to cover. The impact grenade goes out. It takes down the diffuser. Muzi just needs to run away. Dash has got no time to counter as he commits to the defuse. NIP stave off match point for just a little bit longer. To follow up, indeed, it's Maya vaulting into the stock window, opening up the hatch directly to open area. He just drops down, but he's immediately shot by Cons, who's more than ready for a quick heads-up play from Los. Now he knows there's players outside the printer window, but thankfully Cameraman rotates in time. He loses a lot of his HP, but he's made it inside the building. Razor Bloom, he just barely makes it away, but nobody takes the lead. And in fact, Los might just have an edge. Wizard on 1 HP. The HP is favoring the attack. The C4 goes out. They can't dodge it. NIP playing for the retake right now. They've trapped Los inside of the bomb site. Dots now peeks up, sees the player beepers. Just no one can get ahead in round 11. But somebody's got to get match point. Dash waiting for the angle. He gets smoked off it by Muzi, and now Dots has to fall off the diffuser. He knows someone is in small office, and he knows someone's by cafe, but exact intel, that's what's evading him. Just general knowledge. Instead, that's favoring NIP. They've got a Z-ping on his exact location. They've got his whole quadrant mapped out. And as Muzi peeks up, it's match point for NIP. For Los, at a minute left, that's quite a lot of potential information, but the control, that's what's lacking. Takes all EMPs from Loben to work, and the impact grenade from Cons, still very much a factor, but Maya recognizes the situation. He immediately vaults in, forces the Wamai off that shield, and might just take the engagement afterwards, and yes, he will. Psycho cut down as the first kill. Again, Los just flood into the bomb site and somehow win every gunfight that goes their way. Wizard tags up one, but can't secure another kill. Giving up so much of that middle floor control and giving control of this small office hatch, for example, to the attack. If they go for a server-sided take, that stairs needs to work. Loben with a big kill, taking down Pino. He got 2 kills by himself with that shotgun on server stairs. Now he's taken down with no recourse from NIP to trade.
Big issue too now is that being gone, they have to try and find an answer for this server position. Psycho is going to try and maintain this for some time, but they have a lot of really good answers to this, Carter. They've got firebolts, they still have frag grenades too. Cameraman's going to open up the gates here. And there is a minute remaining, so they've burnt some time, but now they're burning Psycho to a pulp here, as he's going to more than likely die in this position. They'll make him into barbecue here. We'll see how far they can get down the line now as Khan's trying to adopt in some angles, but this is going to require a plant still out of Los.
It will, and Dots put down to 1 HP. They still have these long angles. Khan's in particular from Garage. Despite the low HP, that DMR hits like a truck. If he can just hit the man with the diffuser a couple times, it might be over. That's why Dash's kill right there is so important. That's why Dash's 3K might just get Los match point. Wizard pushes up. No C4 to deal with. He's got to pick up one of these players rotating out, but Maya's got him figured out as he walks out of Red Hall.
In what could be a terrible position if he is indeed droned out. They have somebody up top in square. He's going to get droned, and that's all she wrote, folks. Muzi with the pickup on Maya, and of all the players to go down, not exactly one that sits at the top of the list.
No, it's not the utility you're worried about. It's just that Maya and Lobin have been such a fearsome duo throughout this entire map. Losing him is always the worry. But again, that setup, it doesn't necessarily need individual performance. If NIP just take too long, losing Maya won't even matter that much for Los.
Yep.
There's still the C4s. The Vulcan packs have already been placed. It's really Dots the main anchor that if you lose, that's when things really start getting worrisome.
Most definitely. That smoke utility has always been so valuable, but with everything built up around him, it makes it to where this entire strategy rests upon the precipice of good utility usage. Going 6 out for Pinos. He'll try and clear some things out. Maybe do some splash damage as well in a kind of a backwards way there, but either way, it's working for him, it's working for us. As of right now, Ninjas and Pajamas do need to start hightailing it towards the site. You can see all hands on deck over towards the square side of things. Nitro Cell out, and this actually might be a dead Habana here in a moment. Oh, very close, all things considered. You got Collins on one side, Habana on the other. Ninjas and Pajamas counting their lucky stars that nobody ended up dead on that.
With that C4 used, Cameraman's the only one who's got a C4 for the post plant. So these smokes and that C4, no matter what it is, something needs to land. Could be shots from Dash, all things considered. The Red Hall position a little bit more flexible now that the coverage is taken down. The first smoke lands.
smokes.
Psycho falling off. He's got 20 seconds of denial in pocket, and if these keep landing, they'll shut NIP out of the round. Just one more from Dots. Psycho's got to push forward. 1 HP. Lobin starting to fight back, but NIP have the advantage. They start to push up, but Psycho's down on the floor. There's no time for recovery from NIP, and the king of Brazilian upsets. Los move to the promotion series, and NIP fighting for their life the second time in Atlanta.